Hi everyone, good morning. I think very few people have joined. I don't know what happened. Festivals are also over. Still, people are not joining in. Let me share my screen. We can't do anything but to kick start. Okay, so this is little advanced topic. Are you able to hear me properly?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. So, dossier preparation in a way is also a regulatory topic. Now, if I wanted to tell you which team prepared the dossier, regulatory team. Now, what is the role of medical writing, operation, data management, or you can say CDM, STAT, even other teams? They are the contributors. Or you can say the co-authors. Okay, so that is the rule. Like in a dossier, we will be adding a protocol. Of course, will be with the medical writing. We will be including suppose the are already there, CSR, then verification of document is with medical. Like similar many other document, ICF, even summaries, all that is, suppose there is something related to data, CDM team is responsible. Suppose you have included SAP, statistical analysis plan, statisticians are responsible, SAS programming team is responsible. But the coordinator is regulatory. Who submit the dossier? Who press this button? The regulatory team press this button. Now I also tell you there is one system in which is mostly known as a Viva CTMs. I will suggest to you that when you get a time today or whenever, there are many YouTube videos related to Viva CTMs. Go through. This is nothing. This is an electronic system. Dossier is a file. It's a complete file that we submit for the purpose of NDA or you can say MA, marketing authorization. Any application, suppose we wanted to submit to DCGI, okay, please give us a permission to do phase 1. Which application we will be submitting? IND, investigational new drug. Now, this application will be go in the form of a file. And this file is big. Of course, lot many documents. That is complete file is known as a dossier. Okay. Similarly, for NDA, when you are wanted to go into market, all the data that you collected from a lab, your phase 1, 2, 3 will be in this application and it will become a dossier and it will be submitted. And they will make a file. File, how it will be? So it will be in the form of ETMF. So there will be like first section will be example regulatory team. Suppose they have received DCGI approval, that letter will go. Then similarly, ethics committee approval is there, that letter will go. There will be a section. Suppose this is 1, this will be 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, or then if there is a change, sub EC, maybe for EC there are multiple. So it will be 1.2.1 and 2.2 like that. Correct? Suppose there is amendment. Then it will be 1.4.1. There are more amendment than 1.4.2 like that. So it will be the section. Similarly, maybe suppose there is section 2 medical writing. Different sections. Suppose now you are a medical writing team and regulatory team will send you note, okay, please check this the correct version of a protocol, or suppose attach the CSR. You will be doing important work in your section. And when all the teams, I will show you different sections of ETMF, so Dossier also, then it will become a complete file. There will be no error that can be submitted to the regulatory bodies. So in nutshell, if we wanted to see what Dossier is, this is process of reviewing and assessing the dossier to support the medicinal product in view of a market. Basically, we are submitting a file to regulatory. Please give us license to sell the product. That is your dossier. No confusion should be there, right? It's a little regulatory affairs topic. I even started my career. I got an opportunity like for 3 months only that we were coordinating with DCGI. At that time, I submitted at least 3 dossiers. That's how I know so much about the dossier. Even if you go to DCGI today, download their dossier template. You will be getting a template. Okay, first page what will go, second page what will go, third page what will go. So it is for marketing authorization or equivalent. So this is performed as per the defined necessary requirement. Necessary requirement means whatever the template is that you have to follow. So the application of a dossier for marketing authorization is new drug application in US or in this is just a difference in our terminology. EU, it is known as a MAA. India also, it is known as a NDA. So basically, this consists of dossier with data providing that drug has a quality, efficacy, safety properties suitable for the product that we want to use. So you want to use, is it as a vaccine? So is data is sufficient to tell you that this is a safe and effective, like that. In the context and format of dossier must be as the rule defined by competent authority. Like MMA, EU, they have this time they have given a format in EU CITES. EU CITES. So this came into existence in 2025. 2024 they started. 2025 it become effective. So now you have to follow the EU CITES format. So for a dossier preparation, you should also know what is common technical document. And as a medical writer, you should know little about it. Just one second. Common technical document is set of specification application for a dossier preparation. So now CTT is under ICH. So this is the reason 1997 ICH came in and they gave this module. So you prepare one application with little or zero modification, you can submit that to a different territories. We will learn about CTT. CTT module, you should know quite a lot about this. This is internationally agreed format for preparation of application regarding new drug intended for any regional regulatory authority. And these days, this is prepared electronic. There is no other for paper. Earlier, paper format was lot there, but 99% these days it's electronic. India also has a Sugam portal where you can submit your document electronically. Earlier, we were not having. Even there was a phase we used to submit those CDs back in 2012 and 13 when I just started. But now it's everything is turned to electronic. This we can skip, it's not required. This is basically little history of CTT. It is same as ICH because this is under ICH only. So just don't want to confuse you with extra information. Now, important part of today's session is you should remember as a medical writer. As a medical writer, you should remember the CTT triangle, that what this format is. And in many interviews, they may ask you questions on this. So there are different modules. Now, module 1 is, it is admin related. Suppose you are submitting application in India, this administrative requirement may be different, correct? You are submitting in some European nation, Spain, it may be different, France, it may be different, Germany, it may be different. So you will be addressing those regional, means local requirements, correct? Now coming to module 2, module 3 and 5. So total there are 5 modules. Module 2, here first is quality overall summary. Overall summary of your product quality you will be listing here. And who prepared this summary? Now the second is you will be giving non-clinical overview. Can anyone tell me what will be the non-clinical overview? That means data that we collected during animal studies. I will explain you each in little detail. Then same for animal studies. So you have done 2 animal studies. You will also give their summaries. Clinical overviews, we have done phase 1, 2, 3. You will be giving overview of that. Then you will also be giving a summary of that. Correct? Now, module 3 is dedicated to quality. You are manufacturing, chemistry, everything. Module 4 will be non-clinical study reports. So you have done 2 animal studies. So 2 reports, because after each animal study, you are preparing a report. So that study report will go here. Now module 5 is CSRs. You have done 1, 2, 3 phase. All the CSRs will be attached here. So these are the modules of CTT. In interview, sometimes they ask you if there is a written. These days, although there is a good news also for you guys, the trend of written testing is going away now. Earlier, it was very like organizations are very firm. Now, because of the AI, because of the other thing, they are thinking that maybe written test is not that important. Because earlier hypothesis was that by written test, we will analyze the grammar skills, we will analyze other things. But somehow now, because the integration of AI, this is a kind of a good thing for you guys, that you should be having a better understanding, and maybe you need not to face a written test. Many people are moving away from it. And if it is there, mushkil nahi hai karna. So now, let's study each module little in detail. Are you clear till now? Any confusion? A lot many people joined. That's so good. Okay, I hope, are you able to understand this topic? That dossier is prepared by a regulatory team. It is submitted to the regulatory body. Medical writer, pharmacovigilance, CDM, STAT, they are the co-authors. They are the contributors. They are now the leading people in this. All right. Let's move. So as we have discussed, module 1 is all about your admin related things that you wanted to change as per the local national guidelines, and each country has a different requirement. So that's not an issue. Module 2, overall summary, right? Module 3, summary related to quality. Module 4, it's all dedicated to preclinical. Module 5 or dedicated to clinical studies, right? Now, what goes in administrative information? Because we have to see one by one, right? Module 1 is administrative and prescribing information that should contain document. These are specific to each reason. For example, applicable form or proposed label used in particular that reason. So example 1 is, say there is a country, Japan. Just 1 second, I have to close the door. So there is one country, say with Japan. What is Japan's requirement, especially if they are talking about labor? They are saying your product picture, even in terms of color, what you say, the dimensions, everything should be same, exactly to the your original product. India, we have seen that is the case. In our country, they can zoom out. It may look bigger, but in actual product may be small. Color may different. In our country, that's not a big problem. But Japanese, they can sue you, right? Even if there are little change in label. They said color, texture, some everything it should look same in your label as is the actual product. So that the consumers they can take a informed decision, right? Even that is there, although we are studying for this drugs, that is even the case for their food products also. Similarly to, there is a European country. European countries are also even better than US. They are very much focused on quality of the products. Hmm? They don't mind the price, but they are very much focusing on the, what you are writing and what you are giving. Too much of risk regulation there. So that will be covered here in a module 1. Suppose some regional specific language has to be added in a label, that they have to cover. Because in EU, it may be a deviation, we will be deviating from a topic. They will also be saying that even the dialect is changing. You should add that in your label so that people can understand. Module 1 is not actually part of CTT because it is more an administrative. It covers cover letter, comprehensive table of content, application form, legal and critical document, summary of product characteristics. All the pharmacy students, they are very well aware of this SPC. Labeling text, mock-ups, what type of labels you will be producing, that mock-up you will, because regulatory bodies, they review your labeling text. Information about experts, specific requirement if there is any, information relating to orphan marketing exclusivity. That means if the drug is an orphan drug, that information, that orphan means rare. Information related to clinical trial, environmental risk assessment, your pharmacovigilance plan, risk management plan. Even with new GCP revision, E3, they are focusing a lot on risk management. Even site master plan of the plant where your drug is getting manufactured, company profile, manufacturing license, attested copy permission from FDA or other regulatory body, certificate of pharmaceutical product, copy from WHO GMP certification. Everything basically, small or big, they need to include, even wholesale license, letter of authorization. Now coming to our module 2, what will be covering? We will be covering module 2. This is quality overall summary. That follows with your module 3. So module 2 and module 3, they follow one by one. So quality of overall summary that emphasize the critical key parameter of the product. For example, where guidelines were not followed. This will basically what will happen in general. This will start with a general introduction of pharmaceutical, including pharmacological class, mode of action, proposed clinical use, and not exceeding 1 page. So module 2, if you want to remember from here that basically they will be telling you that this product is about this, its pharmacological class is this, its mode of action is this, and for what purpose you are using this. Maybe this is for a heart, maybe this is for kidney, uh, and not this should not be exceeding 1 page. This may have up to different type of section. So a table of content it will be having. This is like 2.2, it can be introduction. 2.3, quality of overall summary. 2.4, non-clinical overview. 2.5, clinical overview. 2.6, non-clinical summary. 2.7, clinical summary. I will tell you what will be the difference between. You should be asking me question, what is difference between overview and summary. And sometime you will be seeing medical writing job opportunity. There they will have written CTT module writers. That means, do you know how to write summary, overview, like that? So I will tell you what is the difference between summary and overview. So introduction, it's very simple. It's like you are telling about your product. Summary is that overall summary, give a quality of quality information to reviewer. So if I wanted to tell you between both, non-clinical overview, this should be presented in the form of a critical assessment. Basically you are explaining pharmacological, pharmacokinetics, toxicological evaluation of pharmaceutical product. Basically this will be having a lot more information. Suppose in animal studies, we done studies on 2 species. We prepared separate report on PK, PD, everything, right? We prepared separate report on PK, PD. But here you will be giving an overview for both up to 30 pages, and this will be including tables. Your PK table, PD tables, toxicological table, reproduction related tables, or tables will also be part. So now you will be combining and trying to give them a one story. What will be overview? It will be a shorter document. This will not have a table. Overview means little additional information, right? You can include the tables, but when it is summary, overview, right, then it will be shorter. So non-clinical written and tabular summaries, they should not be exceed 100 or 150 pages. So when you include tables, that means little extra information. You will be including, in nutshell, what you need to remember, module 2 is about that you are including overviews and summaries. That's it. That's it. And module 3, quality, chemistry, and manufacturing. Right? Your CMC information on the product. So every module is starting with the table of content. What will be covering within the module? Suppose we are in the module 3, you will be covering drug substance, general information about like who is the manufacturer, what is the name of company, what are the different characteristics of that product, control of drug substance, even analytical procedures that they have used, what stability, reference of standard, containers of a closure system, stability. So from where this information will be coming? Any idea? All analysis that you have done in a lab before you started with the preclinical testing. So whenever we are talking about a dossier, or a file that we are submitting to regulatory body. That means complete package. So general information, it will be like name or a manufacturer, even nomenclature, your registration number, your international number, chemical name. Why they have given this structure? So that no information can be missed. Everything can be included. Even information on a structure of that molecule, structure formula. So who will be giving this most of the information? Mostly chemist, including relative and even stereochemistry, molecular formula, relative molecular mass. General properties will also be included, like a pH, your pH, melting point, solubility, physical form, crystalline form. Basically, list of all the different forms, different physiochemical properties of that substance. So even name and address of manufacturer, sponsor, like who is a sponsor, even if they have worked with some contractors, that they have to include each proposed production site, facility where they are going to manufacture, flow of diagram of synthetic process, information on quality and control of a material used in the manufacturing of a drug substance, like from where raw material is coming, what is the starting material, solvents which you, because in the past we have seen solvent has created sulfonamide tragedy, right? Sulfonamide tragedy, what happened? That they used solvent which was not, they have not done any test on that. That created a problem. Different reasons, catalyst, whatever you are using, they have to add in here in the dossier. Process validation, evaluation studies, different sterilization techniques, all should go in the dossier. Control of drug substance, that information, that specification, analytic procedures. I'm not going in detail because you are not going to write this need, but just you need to aware that there is a module 3. And this is going to be part of a module. That's all. Validation procedures, batch analysis, justification of specification. A description of container closure system should be provided, including identity of a material of construction relating to packaging of a component and their specification. For example, the choice of material, protection from moisture, light. See, first, this para may sound so difficult. Now, study the example. Basically, they have to explain each and everything. Is that why they have chosen this material? Is it protected from a moisture, or how they are protecting it? Sometimes you may have seen that there is instruction written on a bottle, even for the food material, that keep in dark, keep in cold, protect it from sunlight. That's all they know because they have studied this particular molecule in the lab. Compatibility of a material, different absorption to the container, leaching, and safety material for the construction. Because some you can store in a tin, some you can in a plastic, but some you can store only in a glass. How do they will come to reach on this point after studying all these points? So even they also have to add a stability studies, because how they are giving us information that stored between 2 to 8 degrees C. How they learned this? Even if it is going beyond less than 2, then it may spoil, or if it is going up 8 degree, it may spoil, or keep on a room temperature. So how they know this? They have done the stability studies on that particular molecule. And all this information they will add in your module 3. That is coming from your lab data. Even minimum time period, like how long this molecule will be stable, 12 months, 6 months, whatever their studies are saying. Now, module 4 is you will be adding non-clinical study report. But like module 5 will be your CSR. Suppose you have done phase 1 trial, you will be preparing one CSR, right? But for animal studies, what you will be doing? Non-clinical study report. Just word non is added. So you will be including table of content. Table of content is by default. For each section, table of content is by default. You will be adding study report. Then there will be a pharmacology. Under pharmacology also there will be a different section. Pharmacodynamics, safety pharmacology, pharmacodynamics, drug interaction, pharmacokinetics also. In pharmacokinetics, there will be again lot many, like first is absorption, distribution, metabolism and excretion, drug interaction, other pharmacokinetics related if there is an information. So this is lengthy topic, right? Suppose you have done 3 studies on animals. All 3 studies will be entered here. So now you are not seeing, see, in journey of any molecule, you may have done 10 studies. You have submitted separate data of all these studies. But now in a dossier and final application, you will be combined. So you will be also adding for non-clinical study report, toxicological data. Like single and repeat dose toxicity, any effect on genomes, in vivo, in vitro toxicity, carcinogenicity, local tolerance and dependence, and any other study. Now, final module, module 5 will be your CSR reports will be going. What will be covering in this? Table of content, tabular listing of clinical studies. So you have done 5 studies, like phase 1, phase 2A, phase 2B, phase 3A. This is happening this day, phase 2B. So total how many studies we have done? 5 studies. A tabular listing of all those studies will go here. Then now you will be adding a report here. Now report should be highlighting if there is any BAB study, if there is any biopharmacokinetics related, then PK studies, PD study, safety and efficacy study, post-marketing any experience, case report forms, individual patient safety listing. See that you may see different names. Report on PK. Mostly phase 1 we are studying PK only and safety only. Phase 2 we will be studying mostly dosing. Correct? Report on efficacy and safety. Phase 3 we are doing this only. Individual patient listing. Anyone knows what this is? Individual patient listing. Let's understand this. In study report, we are having 100 subjects. Let's take an example. Let's go here. We are doing phase 1. We are having only 50 subjects. What we will do, we will analyze this data and prepare CSR. End of the story. But now all these 50 subjects have a different data, right? Data of each subject is known as an individual patient listing. So there is a subject number 2789. So from day 1 to day, for 30 days ka trial tha, all data will be come under sitting in this subject. एक फाइल बन जाएगा, this will be one file, that will be known as a individual patient list. Suppose you have given a CSR, that is fine, CSR is saying that data is safe, everything is fine. Now regulatory body says, okay, pick this patient, pick this subject, what this data is saying. Maybe for that patient data is not same as presented in CSR. So that's why individual patients data is also submitted, so that in case regulatory body want to see data of each patient, they can see it. Now coming to our last section, what are the benefits? We have one exercise also for today's class. There is one exercise also. What are the different benefits of CTT dossier? First of all, this is CTT dossier came from our ICH, International Council of Harmonization, right? It is easier review, easy review, because okay, someone want to know about the product, how it got manufactured, what is the chemistry, what is stability data. They directly go to module 3. Someone want to know the reports of clinical studies, they will directly go to module 5. So there is a structure. So easy review, that is first. It save time and resources because there is a flow. This facilitate the regulatory review. It faster because now we know that module 4 is animal study reports. So there is a scientist who is expert in the animal studies. So he knows that I have to go through module 4 only. I need not to waste my effort by going through other. So there is a scientist, PK. He know in a section in a module 5, I will go to 5.43. It's for the electronics. We are away from a paper, and plus electronically, it is not easy to change or manipulate the things. Correct? So electronically, when people submit the dossiers, that means more authenticity. Applicable to all type of the products. So CTT format can be used for all type of products, including new chemical entity, even any other pharmaceutical product, even vaccines, herbals. So they are the advantage of CTT dossier. The topmost advantage is it's global. There is a structure. There is one way of doing things. So when there is a defined way of doing things, that means it will save your time, efforts, and plus it will ensure the quality. So conclusion is simplify the dossier preparation and evaluation process. It enhances the consistency and efficiency of regulatory reviews. It facilitates the better communication between regulatory authorities and applicants. It serves as an essential tool for both external agency for a moment I got disconnected or this call got dropped. Something happened. Let me share again. Oh. Meanwhile, if there is any question, you can send it to me. Okay. So. Okay. So I try to open the slide differently. So let me share my screen. Okay, so we were here that we have to simplify the dossier preparation and evaluation process because it enhances the consistency as well as the the quality of a regulatory review. Hmm. It is one of the best tool for preparation for external review as well as an internal review. So now, guys, this is for you. This is for you. That there is one case study that there is an organization, Medinova Pharma. They have successfully completed phase 3 clinical trial. Pay attention, they have successfully completed phase 3 clinical trials for innovative oral medication of type 2 diabetes. As part of their plan to seek regulatory approval both in European Union and Japan, the regulatory team must compile the CTT, right? The team understand that submit CTT in ICH recommended format but no worries, we will not lose hope. Take a screenshot of this. The team start assigning the roles for compiling each module. Module 1 will include regional forms, administrative documents, specification to EMA, PMD. PMDs from Japan. Module 2 will consist of high-level summaries. Module 3 will be your drug manufacturing process, quality control and stability data. Module 4 will be non-clinical animal studies. Module 5 will present clinical trial data showing safety and efficacy. Now, question for you is the last two lines. So in this case study, I try to make sure that you will learn, there will be a revision, whatever we have learned till now. And now question for you is, during internal review, one junior member question, why module 2 is necessary if all detailed data is available in module 3 and 5? Do you understand the question? Why module 2 is necessary if all data is available in module 3 and 5? Another team member is concerned about adapting module 1 for different regional requirement without duplication effort. So now you have to answer these questions. Answer in a chat box. This is our last slide. So there are two questions. Why module 2 is necessary if all data is available in 3 and 4? Now another question is, why module 1 is reason specific? Anyone? Any volunteer? The answer is very easy. We have covered also. Let me see the answers because by now you must have typed some, only one. Modulating because it contains summary which can save time and everything. Okay, but you are close with Karsh. Thank you so much. Because guys, module 2 gives you the storyline. It gives you the context. It is just like, see, when we are working on a protocol or CSR, we also include summaries. Yes or no? We include summary, right? So it gives you the storyline, context, key message. Hmm? Without it, there will not be an efficient review for module 3 and 5. So that's the shortest answer, that module 2 is the your storyline. It set the context. What is our second question? Now let's move to second question. Second question was that team member is concerned about adapting module 1. So there is a one team member who is concerned about adapting module 1 for different regional requirement without duplicating efforts. What he can do? So team member is concerned that there why module 1 for different regional requirement is required without any duplication of effort. So how he can do that? Any answer? Let me see. I can show you. I think people are not clear about the question, so I can show you. You can read, because module 1 is regional specific, right? Module 1 is regional specific. You have to last line. That means you have to prepare maybe in a different language, right? Different requirement. So one team member is concerned that how I can prepare module 1 without duplication of effort. So basically, it's very easy answer. It is that we have to explain to that person that maybe you are thinking there is a duplication of effort, but it is a compliance. Because if there is for one country, they are asking the specific section in their language, it is a compliance. So it is our work, right? It is not a duplication, but a regulatory necessity. Correct? So that is the key here. But this case study summarize everything what we have studied in our whole class. So any question we can take up? Okay, so in nutshell, dossier is the file that is submitted to the regulatory bodies for the marketing authorization. Who is responsible for this? Regulatory team is responsible. What is the role of medical writing team? Contributor authors, right? So that is the crux of. I think we will be having one last session on CTT module. Then I guess will be closed topic. Okay, guys. I just request in our next class show a little more participation because it helps. Otherwise, it become very monotonous. Like that I just try it because to our last sessions, right? And you can ask me question. Good thing with me is that you can ask me question to you are related to your operations because I worked in operation. You can ask me about transparency. I will happily answer. You can ask me any document related to medical writing. I will happily answer your questions, even related to your jobs. You know. So okay, that's all I guess. Then thank you so much, guys. Happy day. Bye. Thank you, Khushi. Thank you so much.